Okay, this is game 5, and it was an Alekhine defense d4, e4, and then knight f6, which really invites white to play e5. Just this. And yeah, white has the only option to go knight c3, but of course, e5 just transposed to the Vienna, which engine would say is first, then go into the Alkaline Defense, or I don't know, play other thing here. So knight c3 is not that good, you know. You have a better chance to exploit this knight, move it around, gain some space. But in gaining some space, you are creating pawn weaknesses. These pawns are advanced, but they are weakness for black to attack it. So something like this, the weakness is gone. But if you play like f4, then if take, then this pawn is so far advanced that it becomes a weakness. And yeah, black has a lot of chance in these Alekhine defense position, but in the game it was just e5, knight f6 and e5. Playing the best way to play against the Alekhine defense is to just push your pawn. People have tried playing knight g8 here, but why would you play knight f6 then? And where would knight go, right? Your knight really has no place after knight g8 and something like d4, d6, ex d6, ex d6, and d5, g6. I mean, your knight can go here now, but this really looks like a draw because the pawn is symmetrical. This position doesn't look like much. But in this game, so knight d5 is the best move. And kidding. The knight and inducing the moves c4 or d4, one of the pawn move. So c4 is called the two pawn attack. Now knight b6 retreating and putting pressure here. There are two moves in this position: c5, d, and d4. But in the game, there's also an interesting line with b3, which is played in the game, and there's also a4 to just try to play a5. So white has to play a5. So now there's a square here which white knight can go, and yeah, you can play like this. But in the game, it was a Steiner variation with b3, trying to fianchetto the bishop this way. And now, if I turn on the engine would say that this move is a mistake because it went from plus 0.8 to negative 0.7, which is huge. It was 1.5 shift in the evaluation. And G6, this is also called a mistake. But the main thing is, it scores pretty good for black. Uh, black score like 45% of the time, which means they win more. And that's just a good thing when you play as black. And now bishop b2, bishop b7, bishop g7, d4 defending, d6 attacking, f4. Also an inaccurate a mistake according to Stockfish. But yeah, it's kind of playing in the 4 point attack way with like, let me show you. D knight f6, d4 knight 5, d4 d6, c4 knight b6, and f4. It's like playing the same thing but with different moves. Now the pawn are symmetrical. So now castle, knight f3. Castle is also called a mistake, and just say that you should take here, but who cares? Castle, knight f3, and now f6, which is also called a mistake, but it's theory still, uh, saying that this pawn should take now. So take, and bishop d3, rook e8 check, king to f2, and now bishop to e. The first big mistake, main mistake of the game, bishop e6. I've analyzed this position, and literally this bishop has nowhere better to go than to go here and pin the knight to the queen. This knight can go anywhere it wants. If d5 is played, then well, you left some hole in your position, and that doesn't look nice. But yeah, so knight c6 and bishop g4 is the main idea of the position. Maybe we try to play c5, open this bishop up with f5 after you trade this bishop for the knight, and just play on. You literally haven't pushed that much pawn, but and you try to attack this with something like I don't know, bishop h6, attacking it immediately and almost forcing g3 or queen, but queen d2 would go in a pin. And yeah, king g3 doesn't make any sense. You just get attacked. But then again, bishop e6 was played, and I believe this is a completely new game. Yeah, since bishop e6, this is a completely new game, never before been played in online game and over the board. So rook e1, and I put pressure on bishop. Now bishop go to g4, takes, queen takes, knight here to support the knight to c6, and now a3, trying to stop the knight from coming to b4. Now h5. h5 is bad move because you're just pushing too much pawn in front of your king, and this pawn is already a target for white's bishop. And if the queen can stack here, then the pressure on here would be massive, and forcing white to defend. h3, not a bad move, but not the best. Queen c2 is probably better according to Stockfish, if I remember correctly. Yes, queen c2, putting pressure here immediately. So now h3, bishop f5. Generally, when you retreat, you should think about capture. In this position, capture was the best move because look, your pawn is double. Your bishop here sucks now. On white wouldn't play g4 and help break your bishop out and free it. White would just use that as a target. With this move, queen c2, queen end the game. There's this move d5 that I saw, and I don't know what it gave me a weird feeling that after d5, if you take the knight take, this is okay because after you take this, then there's queen e3 check, and your king has to go to g3, and now your position is a bit weird. And if h4 and if king take, then you're in trouble with something like the rook coming here and knight e7 attacking the queen and trying to go here. So now you can attack the king if the king you go for this line. So d5 is a really interesting move, not allowing the queen to capture here by tactics. But of course, cx d5 is the best, if not the best move. And actually, the engine at low depth, they don't even see the move as a good move. The continuation is rook e1, queen to d7. I will just play the move, knight c5, here, and something like this happen. And yeah, it says that apparently white has something, but not that much because of this double isolated pawn, which white pressure on it is massive. Your bishop, even though this bishop is bad, it's doing something in the position. And yeah, white's black position is just worse. He is down a pawn in his position, and it's bad, but it's not as bad as the move queen to g6. Queen to g6 divert the queen from the open file, and now white strike in the center and knight back and rook e1 attacking the knight. Now rook e8 can be played. The queen support that and support this knight, but after some pushes, and it looked weird. The queen side has no defense. If the rook go away, the knight is not actually defending anything. It just attacking and not defending anything on the queen side. So that the queen side is very, very loose. Now knight ex d5, which is a bad move. Queen f7 was better according to Stockfish, but queen f7 would make your queen garbage. and there's less defender to this, and knight h5 can come and attack this pawn, and if this pawn fall, the king side it will be fallen. I see. Okay. Knight ex d5, cx d5, knight x d5, queen c4. Not really winning a piece, but can defend. Now the rook can come and make some trouble happen, which is called an inaccuracy by Sockfish, but that's okay. The position is not that bad. Now I calculated that whether I could take in this position, and I think I could not take because the bishop f8 would simply trap my rook, and after rook x d5, bishop pawn x d5, yeah, this just the material is equal, but position is much better to play with white because there's isolated pawn everywhere. This pawn is equalized by this pawn, so it all comes down to this structure, which sucks for black to defend. This is too hard to defend all of them, and white can attack them easily with this and get the knight maybe to d4 and have a good time. So rook e6, queen f7, the best move. Knight d4, defending. Knight b6, and good attempt at expelling the queen. Now queen e2, and knight d7 is another inaccuracy. That was one move. Wait, in this position. Wait, not that the position. Sorry, there was this move. Knight to e5. But it runs into d, so it doesn't make any sense. But yeah, it was suggested at the board that this could be played after queen g6, rook f here, and the position would crumble. Black position would crumble. So knight takes f5, bishop f8. There's a fucking fork here that I didn't find. I was just trying to play quick. There was not much time. It's just a fork and you win a queen. And yeah, I didn't find it. Rook e7. Now here, queen check. How the fuck does it go from? Huh? Okay, now okay. And that's just made in the position, but I just take here. There's nothing much in the position left. Knight check, creating a mating net here. King is completely cut off, and bishop here just to close out the job. There's only one move that can stop me, but it was spotted. So now bishop a5 is checkmate in one move. So yeah, this game was really uncomfortable for me to play. Forcing me to play e4 is a really good option by him. And yeah, if you know me, I never play one e4 in my life, and all these moves. If I play e4 against you, I mean I'm not taking you seriously. Literally, I just want to play chess because when I play d4, I know what I'm gonna do. When I play e4, I don't know what I'm doing, and when I play c4, I don't have an idea what I'm doing either. Okay, so that was the round 5 of the so that was the round 5 of the event. I don't know what to call that, but yeah, I want to move, and we're now at 4.5 and 0.5. There's 3 more games to go. Tomorrow, oh yeah, tomorrow will be Alkaline Defense. Good on this one. It gives much chance for white. It is really easier to play for white, but yeah, black have some chance to try and win a pawn, which is really easy to blunder at lower level. But yeah, at grandmaster level it's also been played, and it's really fun. Yeah, it's one of the most enjoyable in opening that I know. Yeah, so that's it for today. I'll see you tomorrow potentially if I don't fall asleep. Thank you.